Hi, welcome to a new video dedicated to a new selfie drone. This is a Funsnap Idol drone. And yes, it's another selfie drone. The characteristics are more or less classic. We have a 1080p 30 frames per second selfie drone with some foldable capacities, and we have some more or less advanced features such as the follow me gesture control, okay, and a basic selfie drone flight mode, as you will see in the main interface. No real had super extra advanced characteristic, as we will see. Okay, so let's discover the direct competitor of the first Zero Tech Dobby and so on. Let's go. Here is the contents of all the box. So I will start with accessories. We have 4 spare props. Okay, 3 blade edition where you will need 2 screws. No spare are provided to lock the props into the metal shaft system. Each of them weighs approximately 2.2 gram. It's a good idea to provide some spare, but we could expect that it was completely useless since there is a kind of prop guard. But immediately you will see that the props install business, and as you can see, you can have direct contact into an obstacle, or even more dangerously, if you attempt to make a palm landing, you can hurt your fingers with. So definitively, first main drawback why they choose this prop system situation. So clearly not the best situation. So what we can find for accessories, we have this battery charger module where you will be able to charge this proprietary battery. It's a 2S LE HV battery, about 800 milliamps hours approximately, and you have to first clips the battery from the front like this. You have a small notch here exactly where you have just 2 clips like this, and then clip push like this until you hear a clips. Then you the provided power adapter like this and plug into the wall socket. When it's charging, you will see these LEDs. The blue LED will blink more or less slowly. So when it's completely full charge, it will stay solid. Approximately 1 hour to recharge the battery, and to release the battery, just press forward. You have 2 lateral C-clips plastic. Just press on them and you can release the battery. So here is the machine. We have a classic, I would say, selfie drone, really similar to the RC Moment selfie drone, and it's big. Wow, for a selfie drone, you can see that the diagonal motor to motors is about 19 centimeters, and if we take into account the prop guard, is more than 30 centimeters. Is super large, even if you can foil the machine into. Okay, and what I like is the split system. Look that we have some wheel here where they are working together, until here you can find on both lateral side 2 small magnets square. When the system are very close to each other, it will lock like this, and it's I would say secure by the magnetic force. It's not so bad and work very efficiently. I'm not afraid that in the air during a fast descent or ascent, the system will I would say be auto-foldable. I don't think it will happen. So as I mentioned previously, the props are inverted, and if you plan to perform a palm landing, it will be very dangerous. At least on the 2 lateral side, if you want to land, the machine won't flip. Okay, it will be installed horizontally thanks to the 2 lateral I would say fit system. So the main important is on front. We have a 1/3 1080p CMOS sensor, and well, we have approximately 77 degrees of field of view, and here we can find a 1-axis gimbal system, and is not only descending in terms of orientation, you can also apply a small positive angle, and everything is controllable through the application, as you will see in a few instants. So it's a brushed gimbal, okay, so it's not auto stabilized, it's just to apply a fixed desired angle during the flight. Okay, so if you are flying with 5-6 meters of altitude and want to apply a target tracking, it will be the best situation in my point of view. So nothing here, and on the bottom side, what we can find the ultrasonic sensor and the VPU, the visual camera for the low altitude stabilization. A small plastic clips like this, okay, probably to hide the screw to disassemble the machine like this. And on the left side here, behind this plastic notch, we can find the micro USB to access to the internal 8 GB micro SD card. So no possibility to add yours, a larger one, maybe by disassembling the machine, but it's a built-in 8 GB card memory. So it means that you will be limited in terms of memory storage, and very frequently you will have to download your file. You can do it through the application at least, but if you want the full resolution file, no miracle, you will need to plug it with the micro USB cable. So there is a built-in GPS, okay, for the outdoors stabilization, and there is a geofence with the factory settings done to about 60 meters. So to conclude the accessories, we have this small piece of paper disclaimer with only a quick start. I found the instruction manual very limited. So just a basic piece of paper where you can find the characteristics. Okay, they say that the flight duration is about 10 minutes. It's not important. And here you have the QR code where to download, but it's so small that I don't think that your QR scanner will work. How to power it? There is a unique button, and we have the Wi-Fi page, or only part of the information. Immediately I will raise a caution. This machine, at least for the non-BNF version, so without the radio, is working in 5.8 GHz band only. It means that if you have an Android, especially for some European countries, this machine won't be visible with your device. So it will work only for China and US and some, I would say, some European countries. The channel used, I will show in few instance, is the 153, okay, and there is no possibility to change this channel as far as I know. So there is the big problem with this machine. Not all Android user will be able to fly with. Okay, I raise this caution. So to clip the battery is quite easy. Okay, like the battery charger, present the front with the small notch here, clips it like this, and just push down until you hear a click like this. Okay, and to release, the same situation, press the front tab and voila. So it clips, it's done. So to power the machine, you just need to long press this rear power unique power button, so at least 3-4 seconds. It's green at the beginning, then blue, and then turning to red. And when it's red, it means that it's pouring, and you can hear the ESC music. So, as I said previously, you will need an interface, and I have this Android tablet. I had to install a US ROM to access to this 153 channel, but I can show that in other Android, for some, because I'm living in Europe, this machine is completely invisible. So I will show that in the settings. Okay, if I show the Wi-Fi, the device is clearly appearing, the DY58893C, okay, where if I use this phone, both are into working into the 5.8 GHz, okay. I will show that if I go to the Wi-Fi settings, it's completely invisible. Okay, you can see the settings. I will show the Wi-Fi. Okay, the DY is absolutely not visible okay, with this European Android 7. Both are on 7. This one is flashed with the US ROM. This one is with the French one, but since there is a data GSM, unfortunately Android is locking the Wi-Fi channel, so there is no real possibility to open this locked channel by the Android system. That's really a pity. So what you can do, if you have a tablet without any GSM data access, you can flash US ROM. It's a trick to do, but it's a way to make this channel visible. So when it's connected, we will do it. Yes, we will connect. Okay, it's connected. The default password is 0, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, and 9. Okay, then you can connect. And when it's done, you can run the Funsnap application. Be aware, also notice that for some tablets, okay, when I type in the application Funsnap, okay, Idol, okay, I need to be connected. This one is not appearing for some Android 7, for example, is not appearing in the Google Play. Why with the same 7 is appearing? I don't know why. So I had to install it manually with the APK file directly, and it's worked. So I don't know why. It's for some devices, for some hardware, this Funsnap application is not visible. Another drawback. So when you press it, you have first to press the connect settings, and after a couple of seconds, okay, we should have the application running. So, okay, it's done. Now we have the camera, as you can see, is working. But let's do a tour of the settings. We have to press on the top right wheel to access to everything. So you can see that you can calibrate the sensor here. We have the current version of the application, actually is the latest, the version 2.3.6. We have the firmware, and we have the display, the current firmware. I flash with the last one. And with the work frequency, it's only applying on the camera setting between 50 to 60 Hertz. I was expecting to have something more about the Wi-Fi, but if we click on the Wi-Fi settings, we can just change the name of the aircraft and the password. That's all. No possibility, for example, to go into the 2.4 GHz and then to make it working with most devices. It's really a drawback. In terms of language, we can change between Chinese and English. That's all. We can clear the micro SD card. So yes, we can clear. In terms of recorded file, it's recording in MP4 format with a constant 1080p 30 frames per second with approximately 14 megabits per second as term of data rate. Then we can recover probably to restore a failure during the application. So we have the current version. Okay, that's all. So let's return now to the main application. We have to press the connect. And here we have the main interface. The top information are printing so small we can not really guess. We have the current altitude, the current velocity, the current distance from the takeoff, the current, I would say, power of the battery. And if you have the RTA version, you could have also the level strength between the link between the transmitter to the radio. And here we have the capacity of the micro SD card and the GPS signal. Okay, so indoors here, even here, we can collect some stuff. So the two lateral here is to control the gimbal, so, as we can see. So if we press, as you can see, I can even, we invert the situation. Okay, you can see it. Okay, this is a maximum positive angle, so something about 15 degrees, which is not bad. And if I press the down button, we can go down, go down, go down, go down until the minimum angle about, as you can see, close to minus 90 degrees. So if you want to perform, so it's not perfectly 90 degrees, it's something about 87 or 80 degrees, which is not so bad. So if you continuously press on it, you can go faster. Okay, so here we have the auto takeoff, the bottom left here, and auto landing. So with some GPS reception, no problem, you can really return to home. Here we have the main button to shoot a picture. Okay, you can hear a trigger, and here this is the button to start or stop the video recording. In the main interface, there is no possibility to change any video or photo settings. Really a drawback. We have only two buttons here. For the first, I would say we start with this one. We have the flying settings, so we can choose between two speed modes, fast or slow. If you want to turn on the headless mode, the gravity mode, it means that you will fly with the by orienting your tablet, at least for the two main axes, pitch and roll. We can change between left hand or right hand control, and here we can select the geofence distance. Okay, we have 30, 40 meters, and voila. So nothing else in terms of control. And the main interesting button is this one, the intelligent flight. So we have the rocket, selfie drone, I would say these three bottom one are three selfie flight mode, pre-programmed rocket, so it will raise vertically. So it's good when you will unclean the camera, don't tilt the camera. We have the drone flight mode, so it will fly backwards with and gaining also altitudes with an angle of something about 20 degrees. No possibility, for example, to change some stuff like this. And here we have the orbit flight mode surrounding the order of the tablet or the smartphone. Finally, the two first are the most, and for me, maybe interesting. We have the intelligent tracking. So we have first to turn on, then design. Okay, sorry, we turn on the camera. So probably we need to be in the air to target. So we have to be in the air, we will see later in the application. And also we have the gesture control, where you will be able to take a photos or start a recording with a specific gesture. So the interface is really basic. I dislike the top horizontal bar, too small. Currently say that it can work only with optical mode. And what I don't like, we don't have any video settings, and what is missing the more? Here it's obvious, we don't have any electronic image stabilization. That's a real shame, because even the Zerotech Dobby, 2 years old machine, could do that. And here is not the case. So, my God, okay, it's relatively cheap, 180 degrees without the radio, 220 or some stuff like this with the radio, but without any electronic image stabilization. You will need to fly this machine in ultra calm wind situation to enjoy more or less stabilized flight mode. The video quality rendering is not so bad, okay, but we cannot adjust the ISO or some stuff like this. So really, actually, the current apps version and the firmware are ultra basic and require much more work. I don't like, for example, that we have first to go to this intelligent tracking, etc. It's mixed, and we should have some dedicated icon on the main interface to target some stuff and design directly the situation. So I don't like this intelligent mode first panel really at all. If we return here, we can collect the photos, record it. So in photo, we can collect them, okay, and download them through the link, okay. But in any case, you can find them in the micro USB. Be aware you will need to power the machine to access completely to this 8 GB folder. So and now it's time to go in the field, okay, and to check and let's pray that this machine is offer at least correct video rendering, is quite stable. But I would say from the as prior, what I don't like is the size of the machine. I forgot to give the total weight of this machine. Look that with the battery. We have something about 364 gram, and we don't have any transportation bag, nothing. What I don't like finally is the prop guard is almost useless because you can touch directly the props beneath. I don't understand really. Okay, there is some positive. You can at least control manually the gimbal or the lens, camera lens orientation is not so bad. The foldable system is not so bad. Okay, we don't have any transportation bag, but folded is not so large, I would say, but is not impressive really when you can compare to the Zerotech Dobby or the Alphatech. Okay, and there are a lot of new competitors coming new in the market. So Funsnap Idol, the prior is not so good, and let's now check or confirm my first prior into the field. Let's go. First demo flight of the Funsnap Idol. So just a quick release of the foldable system, and you have to know that it's not working only in 5.8 GHz band, so be sure to have a compatible iOS or Android device. So I will try to record both of the FPV feedback through the an application screenshot saver, as well all the 1080p videos. Okay, so let's start. Okay, so first thing to do is to connect the machine to the Wi-Fi. Currently I'm already connected since there is just a few Wi-Fi devices around. So and run the application. Okay, and press connect the device. Okay, sometimes it's not working, you have to reconnect twice the machine. Okay, now it's here, and you have to wait to read correctly the information on the top horizontal bar until the GPS accuracy is okay. But at the first meter, the optical system will be engaged first before to switch to the GPS mode. So you have this medium bottom button for the camera to start recording, and you have to know that as soon as you will start some drone mode, okay, for example rocket, drone or Saran, if you are currently recording, you will stop first the current recording to record only the snapshot associated with the specific drone flight mode. For me is a drawback. Why is not continuous if you were currently recording? I don't understand the choice. Anyway, whatever, let's start. So I will record. Okay, and you have a time lapse available, and press the button and you have to confirm to check off. Okay, so here the machine. I would take some altitude. Important information, you don't have any specific selfie drone control, so inverting the yaw command, for example. So it's a classic quadcopter control. You can press this button to incline negatively or positively the one axis gimbal. Okay, it's not a self-stabilized gimbal, but manually, and the control is more or less okay. So let's check the default speed mode. So as you can see, is wow, more or less nervous in the fast mode. Okay, so let's check the stabilization. Okay, we have a little presence of wind, and let's check the target tracking, intelligent tracking. So you have to turn on these features, then design a square surrounding the target, for example this one. And as you can see, we have the green more or less centered on the upper part of the body and the face. So let's try to check that. Whoa, the track is already lost, not super accurate. Okay, so maybe I will redesign a smaller target track. Okay, intelligent, and center more on the body. Okay, and let's check that. U-range, color versus green should be more compatible, but as you can see, it's not moving forward. So wow, look, the aspect ratio, he lost the track one more time. Definitively the target tracking is absolutely not accurate. So when you are running the intelligent tracking, at least the recording is not lost. I will design another track, and let's check that.
see if he can follow me. Yes, in your rotation he can more or less follow me. We will see with some shadow down. Try if I can move backward. But the machine seems to not move with the target. Okay, I don't see any follow me. Look, that's the square green is more or less smaller and smaller, getting smaller and smaller, but I don't see that the machine comes to me. So it's, and I think now he lost the track. Yes, look, that the virtual stick are there. So absolutely not accurate in terms of digital tracking. What I will process, I will stop recording. Okay, try to take a photos. Hello. And what I want to show you is the other anti-agent flight mode. So as I said previously, it will record automatically one of these three drones, rockets, drones, and surrounding. So let's try a surround. Okay, it's engaging automatically the recording and it's self-rotating on itself. So it's not an orbit mode. It's, I would say, completely useless, because it's not actually computing the center of the radius and moving while always targeting the. It's useless, and it make just one tour clockwise. No possibility to select the sense of rotation of the radius, the speed, whatever. So let's try another one. Let's try the drone mode. Okay, wow, it's moving like this. So I will go down the gimbal. Yes, and it's moving backwards. And good news, as soon as you're pressing the throttle or the left sticks, the current drone mode is automatically discarded. So this one is not super accurate. What I will do is a rocket. So the rocket, you need first to incline more or less at 99 degrees the gimbal. I will move forward. Okay, I hope to be more or less in the center. Okay, one more time. And okay, I will move myself and I will press the rocket mode, and it's recording one more time. You can make an hello like this. Well, why not? And as I said previously, as soon as you release touching the left sticks, any of the three intelligent mode is automatically aborted. So let's play with the gimbal, and I'm really disappointed with the current target tracking. So let's try one other one on the face. Yes, hello. No, he lost me so fast. Wow. Hello. Yes, he's losing the track, so maybe because I am in a shadow zone, some stuff like this, I will try to move. Well, he's lost in the track immediately, so absolutely not accurate. I will try to inverse and now play more like this. Okay, let's try to incline more. Okay, and now one more time, intelligent target, design the target. Okay. Yes, little bit more. Oh, I have to move forward. Oof. I was almost hitting the trees, but some here it was working a little bit better. Low power already. Wow, my God. So it's a very quick. I will try to record one more time, and to let you, as you can see, no image electronic stabilization is wow, not super good in terms of result. Low power from a 20%. I will try to make an intelligent tracking on the shadow zone. Yes, more or less. If he can follow this track, yes, he can more or less now follow. But absolutely no forward, backward movement, only heading tracking. So I don't know if will be added in next firmware release, whatever. But Ernil now he lost the track. Even worse. Wow, it's not good at all. I think now the machine will start auto landing in a couple of seconds, 90%. The wind starts to raise, to blow a bit. So as you can see on the background, trees and branches. Oh, I'm not impressed at all with this machine, to be fair. This machine doesn't bring anything new since the Zerotech Dobby, and I will say and offer even worse results than the Zerotech Dobby. And in fact, it reminds me the RC, the other selfie drone, very similar in terms of shape, RC moment, same time of catastrophic result in terms of target tracking. Well, this one works a little bit better, but it's not really a target tracking, it's a needing tracking. Okay, so you can see the stabilization. Okay, let's see in the presence of sun now. Okay, it's engaging at about 4% the auto landing, and I will stop recording. Great. So, wow, we have to conclude about this machine. And well, globally is a very disappointing machine in terms of flat time. Well, something about 7-8 minutes maximum. It's noisy, no image electronic stabilization, no any video settings, photo settings to improve the video quality. As soon as you're engage one of the three drone mode, the recording is stopped. Okay, and well, it's not great at all, and I don't see really positive, and it's large. Okay, and well, the firmware and the interface is not great, so definitively I don't recommend this machine at all. You can find much better in terms of selfie drone. So Funsnap, at least you need to bring some new firmware and application much more evaluated with much more advanced features working. At least the target tracking is not working at all. Well, the only positive points are maybe the stabilization of the VPU, and the ultrasonic sensor is not so bad, and the camera 1080p 30 frames per second is also not so bad with the 77 degrees of field of view. So I will conclude, and I hope you enjoy this new video review. If you like it, please thumb it, and see you next time. Bye bye.